Straight up, I am player one. I've said this before. I started the game at level 2. These boys are still loading. You ever heard about the anime called Death Note? Anyone? Hands up? Yeah, so he's the Grim Reaper, right? I have a Shinigami with me. And I just had to write his name because I was like, he's not going to last. I just wrote his name in a Death Note. And those who knows the rules of the Death Note, they know there's a certain time frame that after your name's written in the Death Note, the Shinigami will get you. Every time I've said something, I said, I'm the UFC middleweight champion from my UFC debut. You just don't know it yet. I did that from my UFC debut, and I did. Before my UFC debut, I said I was going to fight Robert Whittaker for this belt in 2019, and I did. I said I'm going to beat John Jones, 2021, Raider Stadium, International Fight Week, and I will. Every single time I say something, I always find a way. There's a method to my madness. I put it out there in front of the world, so that way, I do everything in my power. My subconscious does everything in its power to make it happen. If not, then I have to eat my words. And I don't like doing that, you know? So I make them eat their words every single time. Well, to G myself up sometimes, if you ever feel, down, sometimes you look at yourself and you give yourself positive affirmations. That was something I used to do every morning. But also therapy. After my first UFC fight, like straight after I got home, I was like, I need to go see someone about this.
No way, really?
Yeah. I mean, like, think about it like coffee. If you drink coffee, right? You get a coffee high, and then you crash. So it's like after my first UFC fight, UFC 221 in Perth, it was just a lot of stimulus, a lot of people coming at you. And then when I was finally home alone with my own thoughts, I was just like, it was like a crash. It was like I was sad, and I was sad for like a week, and I was like, why am I sad? I just made my UFC debut in spectacular fashion, made $50K bonus. I realized this isn't really normal, so I sought the help that I needed to help me adjust to the life. And it wasn't until my 4th UFC fight, that was in New York, MSG, that I felt like after I got back, I was able to integrate back into like my own life properly without being in a low. I might say not everyone is mentally ill, but if you don't look after your mental health, just like if you don't look after your physical health,
right,
you're gonna get physically ill. So you have to be on top of it.
I think one thing that helps is martial arts. Jiu-jitsu helps. Like when you get strangled all the time,
I
that
fucking
helps.
hate that word, man. Honestly, it's so overused. And I've said it before. I'm like, what's humble? Because I've asked, and especially in New Zealand, there's this culture of like, people even like, they don't like me because it's, he's not humble like a true Kiwi. He's not, like the All Blacks, humble. And what they mean, and I've asked people this, what does humble mean? And someone said, you just don't brag. I'm like, ugh. They just mean downplaying your success.
Yes.
So if anyone like me rocks up and just, I'm owning it. I'm like, fuck
You're owning it. Yeah.
I'm the champ. I'm the man. I'm being the champ.
You're him.
And then they say, oh no, he's not humble. But I tell you what, humble is when I have Dan Hooker on my fucking neck, hangman.
Yeah.
Humble is when I have Stephen Warby cracking me with an uppercut. Humble is when I have Carlos kicking me in the body and making my liver go, that's true humility.
Yeah.
But me like trying to act, dull my shine just to make someone else feel comfortable, that's not humble. Life is tough, man. So yeah, it's good to go through those kind of situations and I tell those kids, don't worry, because a lot of them, they think this is how life is going to be forever. This is it. And I remember being that kid. So if I could go back and tell myself anything, is just keep going, because eventually, you're not going to peak in high school. They will. I go back to the town that I was at then, and I see a lot of them now. Because even in my brain, when I think about those situations, I see them still as bigger than me. But when I go back, I'm towering over them. I like to be with my own thoughts. A lot of people don't like to be with their own thoughts because they don't like what's happening up here. But you have to face yourself so you can learn how to beat yourself in a way. So yeah, if I can conquer myself, I can conquer anyone. So yeah, this is a part of not just my training, but just life in general, learning how to just be alone with my own thoughts and enjoy my own company. Because yeah, I mean, how can you love someone if you don't love yourself? I still have love for the guy, and I respect the guy. He might not feel the same, but he's a guy that
does. I think he does.
And he told me like he let me know what to do. He told me, like I said, don't lose focus, and that's why even right now, like I said, FOMO, I'm like, you know, all this shit is cool. This victory tour, you know, parading this shit around, it's nice, but I want to work.
Yeah, that's the attitude that makes champions.
100%, man. When they see me shining and they see how I'm working, they're like, you know why I recognize jealousy in other people? I used to be that guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hate everyone, but there was one of my friends, I saw on my Instagram the story, who I was jealous of because he was working in the mines, getting like $2,500 a week. And he was telling me, this is when I just moved to Auckland. He was telling me, come through, get some work. I'll look after, I'll make sure you get this job and get on the same pay as me. And after a while, I realized I stopped like fucking with him or like texting him back. And I didn't realize, I was like, man, why am I jealous? And I realized it's nothing to do with him. He's not taking anything away from me, you know? So once I identify the monster, I can kill it. And now when I see it in other people, it's so easy to smell. I remember, for me, I just knew I had to go to that place, and that's what my coach said. Go to that place, embrace the darkness, go numb. And I looked across the cage from him and I said, you'll never beat me. I'm willing to die. And I meant that, like, if this is how I go out, this is how I go out. Okay. And I put lead foot down, foot on the pedal, and even when I watch the fight again, I get sweaty palms, my heart's racing, I feel the emotions. And I was surprised, like, the pace I put after doing what I did for already 20 minutes. Pace I put on him in that 5th round, that's some shit that I don't want to toot my own horn, but man, that's legendary shit, man. So for me, when it's, you know, when I say that, I don't say it lightly. So when I say I was willing to die, I was willing to kill. In that last round, you know, I dropped him in, I think four times. I rocked him probably like 6 times. And the last 10 seconds of that flurry, I was just shifting hook. And I dropped him, like 5 seconds left. And I just threw an elbow on him. I was trying to kill him. Because it's dog eat dog. I'm trying to eat him.
And so the last style bender, that's based on what?
It's based off a TV show I watched, The Avatar. It's a Nickelodeon show.
Okay. And
Aang, the main character, he had to realize his destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the 4 elements, which is water, earth, fire, and air, to realize his destiny. And for me, in this realm, I have to realize my destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the elements of of martial arts. So a lot of stuff in that show as well kind of correlates with my life with different characters. So like they say, what, rising tides
lift all boats.
Exactly. So right now, after doing this, I can't wait till I'm leaving New York today, going back home. When I go home and I show my teammates this and they can see this, it's like the 4-minute mile. I heard within the first year when it was broken, 4 other people completed it. So now they can see this is real. That, oh shit, and they know me. They know I'm a piece of shit. Like a lot of times, I fuck up. I'm late. I show up. I work. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm like Naruto. I'm a very eclectic student. But then for me to have this, they'll be like, man, if he can get that, then I can step my game up as well. So I'm hoping I just inspire my team to, let's get this.